Final setup field for your 2022 model Apache sprayer with envelope is in the navigation field. In order to get there, again, we'll go back to the wrench. We'll go into navigation. The first thing that we set up is the vehicle. The vehicle is a 2-wheel machine steering. If you happen to be on a 4-wheel steer HS, you can change that to 4-wheel as long as they're spraying in 4-wheel steer. This is how they will be spraying. The boom type will be fixed. 3 and 4 will stay at 0. Next, we'll set up our implement. The boom ahead or rear axle is typically negative 78 inches, or the boom is 78 inches behind the rear axle. You can pull a tape measure and validate that setting. The 2, 3, and 4 here have to deal with trailing implements. Those values will be set to 0. You have an ISO look ahead time. We recommend setting both of these values to 0. Cat mod overlap is not currently enabled. There's no need to go into those settings. We have our GPS setup on these sprayers. We will put our GPS settings to all zeros. So ahead of rear axle, right of center, and height from ground will all be set to 0. And then your GPS used will either be NEMA 2000 or J1939 coming from the CAN bus. In compass, we will leave compass set to disable. We do not need a compass. And the last setup item is the gyro. We will enable the gyro and leave the contour mode disabled unless you're spraying in heavily terraced ground where you may want a more sensitive turn compensation, and in that case you can enable the contour setting. And that is it for our navigation setup.